Hi students, in this video, we are going to discuss about build, extract, transform and load pipelines. It comes under Unit 5 in Cloud Foundations, Big Data and Machine Learning Services. Build, extract, transform, and load pipelines using Cloud Data Flow service. So, what is Google Cloud Data Flow? It is a serverless service that uses the open source Apache Beam programming model. It uses open source Apache Beam programming model to build and run batch or stream data pipelines. It is cloud data flow is used for building batch pipelines and streaming data pipelines. It automatically handle infrastructure and cluster management. Why pipelines are created is it will handle the infrastructure and cluster management. So cloud data flow is used for pipelining in Google Cloud. So it is used for streaming pipelines. In Apache Beam, streaming pipelines process unbounded P collections, data collections that continuously receive data from sources like Google Cloud PubSub messages using windows, watermarks, and triggers to aggregate the data over time. So continuously, this pipeline will receive messages from various sources. The basic concepts in Google Cloud Data Flow, a pipeline is the main concept. In Apache Beam, a pipeline defines the complete flow of reading input data, processing it, writing the output data as one repeatable job. So three things will come together as a pipeline: reading input data, processing the data, and writing output as one repeatable job. P collection in this data flow. It is a P collection is a distributed data set in Apache Beam tool that stores the data elements used as input and output between processing steps. Whatever data creates in the in between processing steps, it stores them. P collection. And transforms are operations that take one or more P collections, processes the data and generate the new P collections. So data of P collections will be processed and generated as new P collections from transform operation. Then what is Pardo? Pardo is the core parallel transform that applies a user-defined function independently to each element of a P collection. So it is used for transforming that applies a user-defined function for each element of a P collection. P collection is a data set. Then what is pipeline IO? Pipeline input output uses connectors to read data from sources and write the data to sinks in different storage systems. So pipeline input output will read the data from sources and write the data to the sinks in different storage systems. Big data will be stored in different storages. And aggregation groups data by key and combines multiple elements into a single computed value. So data will be combined based on key value. User defined functions are used in data flow. User defined functions allow the custom user logic inside transforms such as pardo and combine. It will use custom user logic. And runner is the execution engine that runs on Apache Beam pipeline or systems like Google Cloud Data Flow. Then source and sink. A source is a transform that reads input data from external storage. Then a sink is a transform that writes processed data to external storage such as files or databases. And so these are the concepts used in Google Cloud Data Flow. And in Google Cloud Data Flow, how data is processed, it is using windows and windowing functions. Windowing functions in Apache Beam is a tool used by Google Data Flow. And it is used for windowing functions. Divide unbounded streaming data into finite time-based windows. Unbounded data will be divided into finite time-based windows such as tumbling, fixed data, fixed timing data, hopping, sliding window, and session window. So data will be divided into different windows, tumbling window, hopping window, that is sliding window, and session windows based on elements timestamps, watermarks. So another one is used in Google Cloud Data Flow, watermarks. In Google Cloud Data Flow, a watermark is a time threshold that estimates when all data for a window has arrived or not, and any later arriving older data is considered as late data. It will check the data whether it has arrived or not. Then triggers. Triggers in Apache Beam, triggers control when aggregated results are emitted in a streaming pipeline based on event time, processing time, or the number of elements. So triggers control when aggregated results are emitted in a streaming pipeline. Data flow templates. Google Cloud Data Flow templates package a pipeline for deployment. So users with permissions can run the reusable custom or pre-built templates easily using data flow templates. Advantages of pipeline templates. Google Cloud Data Flow templates separate the design from deployment, support the parameters, allow deployment through console and CLI and API, integrate with CI and CD, and support both Flex templates and classic templates, with Flex templates recommended for new pipelines. Template workflow in Google Cloud Data Flow. In Google Cloud Data Flow, developers build a pipeline using Apache Beam tool, package it as the pipeline will be packaged as a Flex or Classic template and store it in a Google Cloud storage, and users then submit the template for data flow to create and run the pipeline. So we discussed about Google Cloud Data Flow here. Thank you.